Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss another popular journal named Physical Communication. This journal might not be having very good impact factor as of the general notion of understanding from users or the reader's point of view, but still the uh, journal is good one because it is dedicatedly focused towards the physical layer issues. Okay, so coming to the basic focus, so here you can see that physical layer communication is the focus. Additionally, the full aim and scope are listed down here in the form of these are the different interested topics, but obviously not limited to the physical layer issues of wireless LAN, WiMAX, wireless mesh network, sensor network, ad hoc network, PCS system, radio access protocols, channel modeling, detection and estimation, the multiplexing and carrier techniques, broadband wireless communication, multi-user detection, multimedia communications, experimental and prototype resulting, the error control techniques, cryptography, software radios, the multi-carrier communication, cross-layer designs, MIMO systems, ultra-wideband communication, cognitive radio system design, radio systems, cognitive radio resource management, and dynamic spectrum sharing. So in this way, you can say that different sorts of hardwares and as well as the physical layer design issues, including the error correction control, the signal encoding, and the signal separation and interference, etc., are considered. So I think it's a very good journal if you are dealing specifically in the physical layer communication space. Now, again, I'm going to remind you guys that it's not on the impact factor, means it's not totally dependent on the kind of impact factor you are having for a particular journal, because impact factor is the last thing you should take care of. First thing, whether the journal is specifically focused in your area. Secondly, whether it's a SCI or not. If it is not, then I think it's not good for communication. But firstly, you need to see the SCI, then you should see the Q index, and then you should, least you should get considered or bothered about the impact factor. So coming down here, you have the different articles and issues related means information. You have the latest issue, all issues, articles in press. So if you want to see the latest issues, you can go and you can have a basic idea that which particular topics the journal is currently focusing. So in this way, you can improve your chances to get accepted. So you can see that optimality means obviously the optimization, but with respect to what? So sensing energy and transmission interval, and a hybrid underlay overlay cognitive radio. So you can see that the different technologies, techniques, as well as the type of networks. So in this way, if you are working in any of these technologies or the kind of networks, then you can focus this particular journal. Additionally, here you can see that reference signal design, then co-channel interference, 5G, OFDM, these are keywords. Additionally, here the covert communication, obviously the security comes into picture, and information uncertainties, etc. Then MIMO, NOMO, uplink transmissions, 6G networks, then efficiency, 5G millimeter wave communications. So in this way, a basic idea you can have just by looking at the recently published articles, that what sort of domains or the topics you should focus on. Additionally, coming to the aims and spoke, we have already seen. If you want to see the editorial board members, then please jump onto this particular link. Here you'll have different the editorial board members. So editor-in-chief, Michelle Matayo, and then the Manak Adhikari, Sami Akin, Lena Barya, then Marco Becco, Kapil Dev, and so many others. So I think quite long list, including I think 40, 45 around total editorial board member staff is there. And editor-in-chief emeritus and founder is Jan Fledis. He is a very famous author of his domain. So obviously, as I'm saying repeatedly, that don't judge a journal just by looking at the impact factor. Okay. So we move further, moving on to the publishing options. So you can submit your article, guide for authors, call for paper, open access options, language editing service, author services. Every link is available. And each of these details I have already discussed in my other videos in detail. So I'm not going to cover that again. If you are interested, you can look into my other videos. There you'll find sufficient related details, means of what these links mean and how you can use them. Then if you want to order the journal, then you can go into this. If you want to search something within this journal, some topic or something like that, you can use this particular option. You can use this particular article link to submit your article, and guide for authors are given over here. Okay. Coming down, then we have already seen the journal. So here is the latest, I think the 53rd volume. Yes, 2022. So in this way, these are the recently published articles. Now, main point here you can see publishing options, because it is very important, because you need to know that whether the journal is giving you the subscription based option or not. So here it is written the supports open access. So wherever it is written, it means it supports. By default, it is subscription based, but it also supports open access. In some of the journals, the homepage format is like this, that they have written clearly, explicitly, that open access as well as subscription based. In many of the videos I have shown you. So here, if you don't know that what does it mean, then you can click over it, and you may have that authors may choose to publish open access. Means there is a choice. So obviously, both options, the subscription based and the open access, are available. Still, if you are confused, then I think you can go into the publish, and then you can move or jump onto the open access options. Here it's clearly written that gold open access means articles are free, available to both subscribers and the wide public, means the non-subscriber, and the open access fee is payable by authors. But here you can see the subscription based, the articles are made available to subscriber as well as the developing countries and patient groups through the access program. Means only through some access program you can access the content. But here you can see that no open access publication fee is charged. So in this way, either the publisher is earning money through the subscription based model, or they are providing free of cost, but they are taking the publication fee by authors. Okay, means they are charging to authors. So in this way, you can see that both options are available. Coming to the indexing of this particular journal, so jump onto this, and here we find that it is SCIE, Science Edition Index Expanded. So journal is SCI, and second thing, we need to check whether it's Q1 or not. So to check that particular detail, we need to jump to SciMargo, and here we have the physical communication. So you can see it's a Netherlands journal. Subject area and categories is specifically focused to electrical and electronic engineering, and in the aim and scope we have already seen that it is specifically focusing on physical layer communication. So that's why you can see the H index or the impact factor is a bit low. I'm not saying that H index is specifically dependent on that particular factor, but impact factor obviously get affected if you are specifically focusing into a very narrow field, because only the physical layer communication related papers are very less in comparison to general, means kind of various journals who are accepting the interdisciplinary or kind of multiple quartiles or multiple track papers. So in this way, H index is bit low, but yes, obviously impact factor you can't comment. So here you can see that a journal, it's a journal, it is the SSN, the coverage is 2008 to 2020. So bit new, not very new. Then homepage and publishing, etc. Then different sorts of the physical layer issues are again listed over here, that we have already seen that what is the aim and scope. Coming down and coming to a single quartile of this particular journal, and here you can see that initially it was Q2, then became Q1 for a period, and again it became Q2. So journal is means not, I will say that highly recommended, but it's a good one. Means because if you are dealing in physical layer issues, then I respect those journals, means who are actively working into a specific field. They are not just asking every field articles, means they are saying through every kind of article and will publish and will accept, and then this will lead to the increase in our impact factor. So to increase the impact factor, there are so many tactics, but if there are some journals which are exclusively working into a particular direction, then you should go for that if it is moving with your research domain. So I think these are the different details. Then if your work doesn't get published in this particular journal, then here are the some other related, like IET communications, IET wireless communication, IEEE wireless communication letters, IEEE transactions on cognitive communication, IEEE transactions on green communications. And I think this is also very new journal. Okay, so you need to take care of different sorts of statistics also. Okay, then you decide whether a particular journal is suitable for your research, or means what sort of impact it is going to give after publishing. So there are some more, mostly from IEEE only. Then coming to here, It is the SGR graph. It is continuously going on down. Here in 2018, it was lowest. Then 19 up, again down. Here the total number of documents which are on surge, and it's good. But you can see that citations are drastically down in comparison to 2000. No, sorry, it is citation per document with respect to last 2 years. But still here you can see that citations per document still very down, means in comparison to 2013. Yes, 2013. Here you can see that it is 2022. 2020. So with respect to last 2 years, the citation is almost mapping at the highest point. Okay, so in last 2 years, it is performing good in comparison to last 3 or 4 years. Then international collaboration is also bit down. Total number of non-citable items are almost nil, and here 4 are there. And the uncited work is very high, if I say, because it's almost not less, but at least I think 35 to 40% of the total articles are unpublished, or means, sorry, uncited. So in this way means, and that might be because of that very few people, I think, are aware about the presence of this particular journal. The journals who have less impact factor, who are specifically or exclusively working into a particular direction or focusing a particular research domain, those are not much known. People are usually get aware about the multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary sort of journals which accept lots of articles from different tracks and focuses, like you can see FGCS and JNCA. They accept lots of interdisciplinary different domains papers, and then means they publish so many review papers also. So in this way, lots of new techniques to improve the impact factors. So overall, it's a Q2 journal, and with respect to electrical and electronic engineering. And if you are interested to publish, if you are working exclusively in the physical layer communication, then I think it's a suitable journal for you. So that's all from my side. And additionally, one more thing that I want to add, that always there are some sort of statistics that we have at our side to guide you guys, because there are some citation or the authors related discussions which always help people to get into the kind of understanding that what sort of different details are available with respect to a particular journal. So you should focus that what sort of authors you are dealing with, means, sorry, you are related with. So, try to identify your domain's famous authors, and then kind of track their profile, means how they are publishing papers, which particular journals they are focusing on. And when you go like this, then you will get to know that there are so many journals out there. It is not because it's always a typical process, it's a tough process to get to know that what are the available other journals. So you should always a easy process that always track the well-known names or some of the related latestly publishing authors, and see their Google profile, go down, and then you try to find that which are the different sort of options where you can move on. Because if you are a physical layer communication researcher, and then you are trying to publish into some of the journal which is exclusive, so there are hardly, means very less journals you'll find, because most of the journals are nowadays trying to move into the interdisciplinary or sort of different variety of topics. So that's why you need to look into this particular direction. Additionally, if I'm wrong somewhere, please correct me, and I will love to have or hear comments from you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you, and happy learning.